YouTube. This is Jay. Welcome to Things to Do in Metro Atlanta. Story time with Jay. So let me start off by, doing today's date. Like when I first started, I would have things like out of order earlier this month. This is what, January 29th, right? Yes. Let's do today's date. Today is Wednesday evening. It is 10:02 p.m. And today's date is January the 29th, 2025. And this is video number 25. Welcome to the podcast. This is podcast number 25. So I'm getting a little bit better, but I think it's going to take me a while because Jay is slow. Yep. I'd have had some injuries that done slowed me down. I was a lot sharper before, but I ain't lost it all. I like to take my time, I move, I try to be methodical about things, that's what I'm saying. I can move fast too. I ain't, that slow. But, I've learned to slow things down on purpose because sometimes moving too fast don't always work. It depends on the situation and why you moving fast. You know what I'm saying? It depends on the situation and why you're moving fast. And I needed to get this podcast going, so I'm running just a little bit behind time. And so my group, Things to Do in Metro Atlanta, my podcast, sometimes I'll refer to it as a group, a podcast, a video. So my group focuses on networking, technology, wellness and fitness, and travel. And I have some contact information. I have an email address and a Google Voice number. But for right now, contact me on Facebook Messenger. Go to Facebook, look up my group, Things to Do in Metro Atlanta, and contact the admin for a consultation. I charge $2 a minute, and that is $60 for a half hour. And the consultation is at least a half hour, but if it happens to go over, I'm not going to sweat that. Like if you've already cashed at me the $60, and in some cases, I'm willing to give certain kinds of discounts depending on, what you tell me. Like if you're connected, like if, let's say if you're a first responder, or a veteran, or, something like that. Maybe even an airline pilot or something, somewhere along them lines. I'm willing to do a discount. It'll be $50. But it's $2 a minute, and the minimum time is 30 minutes. And you can contact me on Facebook and send me a message on Facebook Messenger. I have the comments down below. I'm trying to see what I want to do with that because I don't want people coming into my group, my podcast here on YouTube, and making lewd comments. I'm figuring out, looking ways how to ban people already, and I haven't had anything because I'm not going to tolerate it. If you're here for that, I'm not here for that. I'm looking for people who are serious, who really want help, because I don't know if y'all noticed, but some of these federal monies have recently been cut. Y'all think this is a joke? These federal monies. Like, I heard something about like the federal, like the grants and other programs have been cut and different things of that nature. And it may affect other programs and, student aid and things of this nature. This is not a game out here. Everybody thinks this is a joke. And when I say everybody, I don't mean everybody. But, a lot of people walking around in a daze. They don't want to take it seriously. I don't want people like that over here. I'm looking for people to come to this podcast to help to build it up, to contribute, but in a positive way. I don't want all that negativity. I don't want all these insults over here. And don't come over here using the N word. Talking about that's a term of endearment. You go and you tell the oldest member of your family that it's a term of endearment and see what they say to you. I don't think they're going to like it. And so don't come over here with any kind of insults, any kind of using a lot of profanity. Now, sometimes it may slip out, and I get that, because I think it slipped out with me one time, and I was talking about a teacher I had in high school, Schwerbeloff. His name was Schwerbeloff, Mr. Schwerbeloff. And he was very uptight, wasn't even a good teacher. Was he accurate? Did you learn? Yes. But as far as the art of teaching is concerned, he didn't have it. He was too anal retentive. You know what I'm talking about? Like he was constipated or something. Why don't you go use the bathroom first and then come back? You know, I don't want that over here. I don't want people uptight and using these words and you know, come over here and be respectful. With that being said, we can get into the podcast because I'm not going to tolerate it. I am not going to tolerate it. You can go somewhere else. There's plenty of places you can go where you can talk all kinds of crazy talk and people will love you for it. But it's not over here at Things to Do in Metro Atlanta Story Time with Jay. Don't come over here with all that. So anyway, getting back into what I was saying, if you want to cash at me, you can cash at me at $JAYR3240. That's $JAYR3240 if you want to cash at me. Let me say it one more time. If you would like to cash at me, if you would like to book a consultation, because I know things, a lot of things I'm not saying on here. I know some things. Okay? I've studied. And I know a lot of things that most people don't know. Just take my word on that. And I know there's people that disagree. How would you know what most people know if you haven't met most people? Don't worry about all that. But most of the people I meet, not on this level. And yes, there are people out here who are smarter than me, who know things I don't know. And I try to learn as much as I possibly can from people. And I'm learning things because I can learn just by watching you. Because every closed eye ain't sleeping, every goodbye ain't gone. And you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. Let me go over that one more time. You can learn a lot by watching people. Because every closed eye ain't sleep, and every goodbye ain't gone. So you be sitting up there watching somebody, you think they sleeping. They may not be sleeping. They might be watching you. Every closed eye ain't sleeping, every goodbye ain't gone. So it's important to try to check yourself before you wreck yourself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for it, but let me get in. That's just, something I got to say. And that's not for everybody. That is for the people who want to come over here. I don't want people to take this the wrong way. That message is not for everybody, but that message is for you if you think you're going to come over here and try to run game. It ain't going down like that. But if you over here and you really interested, because I'm here for you now. Things is doing Metro Atlanta. If you're thinking about moving to Atlanta, I can tell you the real. I've been down here 10 years. This is my 10th year. And in September, it will be 10 years. September the 15th will make it a full decade that I've been here. And I've traveled to Atlanta before. So I ain't just fell off the turnip truck. I didn't walk into this town out the cotton fields. Okay? I know what time it is. And I know what time it is everywhere. Because we living in the same environment. But I'm trying to tell you, it's the same environment everywhere you go. Not exactly the same. Things do change. Like there's places you can go and people are nice. Very nice. And when they see you, they come at you with the utmost respect. But you mess around and you do the wrong thing over there. And they got people that's going to handle you. Let me say that again. I'm gonna recapitulate and inculcate. Let me repeat this. Let me recapitulate and inculcate it. Inculcation. Recapitulation. And inculcation. Let's recapitulate, inculcate. That's what I'm about to do. There are places you can go in the world outside of the United States. Some of them right just down south a little bit, offshore though, offshore. For those of you who don't understand what I'm talking about, I'm not talking about the United States now. I'm talking about south of the border. There are places you can go in the world. Some of them just right, beyond Florida, right? Out there in the Caribbean, somewhere out there. And you got your little money, right? Your money together and things, and you decide to go there. And some of these people are very, very nice because they want your money. But that's neither here nor there. I mean, you can take the money because I'm on vacation anyway. I'm here to give it to you. And some of them are very, very, very nice. Very respectful, very nice. And you go over there and you take that for a weakness. They got people over there to handle you. That's what I'm talking about. There's always somebody out here to handle you. And that's what I'm talking about. It's important to be respectful whenever you go somewhere. And try to follow the guidelines. And if you can't do that, don't be there. And if you can't do that over here, don't even come over here. This message is for people like that. This is not for everybody. This message is for the people who don't have no respect. They ain't got no respect for themselves. They ain't got no respect for you. They ain't got no respect for their family. They ain't got no respect for nobody. They just living off the grid. And when I said I'm talking about of a mental kind of grid, they are just out there. But they're going to get what's coming to them because there's people out here to handle that. That's all I'm saying. And so I just want to put that out there. This channel is for people who are really seriously trying to make it and who are willing to take the action to make it. If you're looking to take the action to make it and you're in the metro Atlanta area, and you've been having a hard time, but you okay, you kind of, you might be getting by or whatever, and you're trying to figure out how you're going to do more to come up, I can tell you, I can help you. I can tell you what you might need to do and the places you might need to go, because I am Metro Atlanta's leading pro networker. And I know there's people out here who would disagree with that because they're haters. Oh, Jay, he ain't nobody. He's nobody. Jay's nobody. He comes to the networking event. I see him all the time. Jay's nobody. I see him. He comes out here, and I see him all the time. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's just there. They don't know that I'm networking in a variety of different ways. Okay? I am Metro Atlanta's foremost leading pro networker, and let's get into networking. I focus on the 5 areas of networking: social, business, professional, experimental, and strategic. I'm going to go back over that because I go over it in every podcast, because sometimes you may think someone has heard your podcast, a previous podcast, and maybe they didn't hear it. This might be the only podcast that the algorithm is pushing to certain people. So if you've heard any podcasts that I've done in the past, you say, well, why you always say that? I say it because this is for people who may not have ever heard any podcast, and this is the podcast that the algorithm has pushed or what have you, because I don't know everything about that. I don't know how they push it, why they push it. I've heard things, but I don't necessarily know. I just know that certain podcasts will be featured, pushed, and others may not be pushed. So if you're here for the first time, this channel is about networking technology, wellness and fitness, and travel. I've been in biotech for 25 years. I've been working in biotech, in the biotech field for 25 years. I started out as an educator. And I worked my way up, took more classes, got into healthcare. Then I started doing consulting. Now I'm working with some global companies. I'm working with some companies who are global. My company, LifeWave, we're in 81 countries around the world. I am a global brand partner. Let me give you my website. And this pertains to wellness and fitness. Check out my website. Just check it out. Because we're cutting edge. And this is going to be at the forefront. And as I said, you see they doing these cuts, right? Okay, you need to start preparing yourself just in case this goes further. We're all concerned about it. Because when I saw it, I was like, oh, wow, they did what for the students? What? They cut the student aid? What are these people going to do now? There's always something you can do. And I heard that a judge blocked it, like they cut it. And a judge, he stopped it until Monday. And what's today? This is what, Wednesday? Yeah. Let me look at the date again. Yeah. This is Wednesday, January 29th, 2025. A judge has put it on hold until Monday, so it's not going to go through right now. But he can only do but so much, depending on how many people want to see this go through. And I'm not here to discuss people's names, right? I'm not trying to put names out here and who did what. I don't do that. Let me tell you the name I'll put out here. Mine. I'm Jay, and this is Story Time with Jay. That's the only name I want to use here on my podcast. And every now and again, I may mention someone's name just so that you'll know, okay, Smitty, right? Smitty Rollins or somebody, right? Smitty did this. Joe did that. You know what I'm saying? Smith. What rhymes with Smitty? Yeah, you know, I gotta cut up a little bit. I gotta have some fun. And I'm not a bad person. I mean, I know people may take this all the wrong way. This is to keep certain people away from here. And I'm gonna say a prayer about that. My prayers are powerful though. My prayers get answered. So, you know, and I'm not here to get religious either, you know. And don't come over here quoting the Bible. Okay? This is not a religious channel, but I do refer to God from time to time, and I don't mind people referring to God. Well, you know, God has helped me, and God has made the way for me, and God has opened the door for me. But don't come over here quoting Bible scriptures. We're not going to turn this into a religious channel. My point is, this channel is about networking, technology, wellness and fitness, and travel. And as I said previously in this podcast, you can go somewhere and people, they are some of the nicest people that you will ever want to meet. But you go over there and you mess up, they got some people to handle you. Just like over here. But over there, they're going to handle you fast. And you like, you're considered a foreigner to them. When you go to other countries, they see you as a foreigner. They're not going to tolerate all that they do over here. Like people, I was out here at the gym earlier tonight. because I'm into exercise. I read a book called Physical Fitness for Life. I've been into exercise before that, but I read this book as a teenager. It was called Physical Fitness for Life. So that means you can do some kind of exercise at any age, as long as you're able to move your limbs. You're able to kind of, you're able to think a little bit. Your brain working a little bit. You can move, you can talk, walk, talk, everything working. As long as you're able to walk and talk and do things like that, and you're not in like extreme amounts of pain, you're able to stay physically fit. Now that's up to you if you want to do that. I'm just saying, I was coming from the gym tonight. The guy came down here in a black Dodge Charger or Challenger. The ones they drive. The state trooper drive the same kind of car. It's like a Dodge Challenger or Charger. This one was a 4-door. So whichever one it is, the Dodge. Coming down, speeding down here. Had to been doing 90 miles an hour. Coming down the road, had to been doing 90 miles an hour. Now, if he had lost control of the car, he would have done some serious damage to not only himself, but I was coming down the street. I was moving down the street. I was on my bike though. I ride my bike. I try to get this exercise. My car have a flat tire right now, and I plan on getting it fixed soon, but it's sitting out there. And so, sometimes I'll use the car to go to the gym or the doctor or the supermarket or the dentist, which I gotta go. I gotta go to the dentist. Just to, have the dentist look at the teeth and, see what they want to do. And I will decide what the dentist does. I'm going to decide, like, okay, he says, well, I have to fill the tooth. And I'll say, okay, yeah, go ahead and fill it. Like, you might have that little cavity or something they have to do fill. Okay, yes, go ahead and do that. But I make that decision, like, I'm not going to, I can say, no, I don't want you to fill it. What are they going to do? So I decide what the doctors and dentists will do. Sometimes if you are incapacitated, okay, well, you can't decide now. You're not, you're not really conscious. You're in such bad shape that the doctor, not the dentist in a lot of cases, it depends on what happened, because it could be where you're having a surgery, and the doctor has to make that decision. And if your family member's there, your family, okay, yeah, go ahead and do it. But I'm saying when you're aware, when you're not, hurt or all banged up, you can decide. And I spoke about that in a previous podcast about taking charge of your life. And this is not about doctors. This is about just people in general. And not let people choose for you. You choose for yourself. But anyway, I was at the gym because, I got to get that workout on. I pay that membership fee. Might as well. And so the guy came down there. He had to been doing about 90 miles an hour. This is when I was leaving the gym. I was on the sidewalk, riding my bike. I use Uber, Lyft. I have the bike. I have the electric bike. I got the scooter. And so I was on the e-bike, which moves pretty fast because I live just down the street from the gym. And I just don't want to walk. I got tired of walking. So I was like, let me get the e-bike. Because, I can't afford to burn gas like that. I'm just going to put it out there. I cannot afford to burn gas like that. And so I used to ride the bike and walk sometimes. I got tired of walking, so I went and got that e-bike. That e-bike, I was scooting them right home. Easy. Anyway, the guy came out of nowhere. I mean, not out of nowhere. He came across the light. He's doing 90 miles an hour. Something has to be done about people like this. I'm just mentioning it because something has to be done. All right. So let's get back into networking. Things to do in Metro Atlanta. This is my group here on YouTube. And I only want people to come to this podcast who are serious and who are going to be respectful. I mean, you don't have to do anything with your life if you don't want to. That's on you. I just don't want you coming over here disrupting it and calling people names and using all of this profanity. I'm not going to tolerate it at all. So my group, Things to Do in Metro Atlanta, is about networking, technology, wellness, and fitness and travel. And so when we talk about networking, there are 5 types of networking: social, business, professional, experimental, and strategic. And I know for those of you who have heard the podcast before, you may say, well, you go over this all the time. This is for people to become familiar with this. But I'm definitely going to move on into some other areas. And today I want to kind of focus on wellness and networking. But I'm choosing to focus more on wellness. We're going to feature wellness today. Wellness and fitness. But I may flow into networking, technology, wellness and fitness and travel. But we're going to talk about wellness and fitness. And so again, social, business, professional, experimental, and strategic. Those are the 5 kind of networkings. Social networking is when you're on Instagram and you're back and forth talking to people. Also, social networking is when you're in person. You could be at a restaurant where they're holding like a networking function and everybody's conversing and talking, to each other. That's also social networking. Business networking is when you join a group like the Chamber of Commerce and you go in there to discuss business ideas and maybe start a business. Could be a business startup and you're looking for funding. And, that's business networking. Professional networking is LinkedIn. Groups like LinkedIn, when you join LinkedIn and you put your profile up. I'm a doctor. I've been working in internal medicine for 10 years now, and I'm an expert in my field, and I graduated from Harvard or wherever, whatever. That's professional networking. Experimental is trial and error. Like you could be doing some day trading and you lost $12,000. Well, you were both social networking as well, because you're online, right? Social networking, being online. Instagram, or whatever. It doesn't have to be Instagram. It could be on one of those sites where you day trade. I don't, off the top of my head, I can't think of it, but I have looked it up because I know people that do it. Can't think of the site right now, but it has to do, like Dow Jones and, Fortune, futures, futures, commodities and things of this nature. You trade in commodities and things of this nature. Experimental networking, trial and error. So you can get up here day trading and you get to the point where you want to take a risk. That's an experiment. You experimented. And it went left on you, because I know one guy say he lost $12,000. I spoke about that, right? And I'll probably mention that. I mean, $12,000. And I know he was probably trying to get the bag. If he lost 12 grand, he was trying to get the bag. Let me get a sip of water here. Yeah. If he lost 12 grand, he was trying to get the bag. And he was really going all out. And he, I don't know, he put too much money on the line. And he probably was making a deal, like, I know you're supposed to, like it's a guess, like an educated guess, whether it's going to go up or down. And you got money on the line. And you say, well, I believe this to go up. It's at 50 now. It's going to go up to 100. What happened? It went from 50 to 2. And you lost money. You put money on it and you lost it. This is the way it was explained to me. And some people have a knack and they can figure it out. I meet people like that. You know, I network all the time. And that's technology. This is what I'm saying. My channel is also about technology. But that is experimental networking. You're networking, and it's based on trial and error. And you're going to learn the hard way with that, because sometimes you make an error and you have to learn from that mistake. And so it is what it is. And some people win and some people lose. See, we got two kinds of people in the world, winners and losers. And at different times, we all may take a loss. But we don't want to lose all the time. And that's what this channel is about, helping you to win. But I'm serious about winning. And I don't want people over here trying to make it a joke and trying to make it more difficult than it needs to be. Because life's hard enough. I want people that are serious, because people need help out here. And so I want this channel to grow. And I'm going to do it regardless. So, I mean, it's my thing. So I'm going to continue to do it, because I should have started this thing years ago. But, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Trial and error. And so that's experimental networking. Strategic networking is a combination of all of the above: social, business, professional, and experimental. With that being said, I'm going to move on. Now, I can move on into biotech, because that's my area. I've been in the biotech for 25 years. And let me give you a little background on biotech. I started out in pharmaceuticals. And I still deal with pharmaceuticals from time to time. I'm doing some healthcare consulting, private duty. And I deal with medications from time to time. I'm looking at something right now. It's for pain. I'm not going to get into it, though, because I said I wasn't going to be naming names and naming. But it's for pain. It's for pain management. And so I work with people to help them manage their pain. I'm good. Oh boy, I'm good. I'm telling you, I'm good. I'm in my 50s. So I got 25 years experience. I know some things. I can stop some pain. We're not going to get into that. I'm just saying that. And if you want to book a consultation, you can do that. Go to Things to Do in Metro Atlanta on Facebook. Contact the admin. Hit me up on Facebook Messenger. Just send me a message on Facebook Messenger, and we'll see what we can do. I'm looking to help as many people as I can. Let me give you my website, lifewave.com/JAYBARESI. lifewave.com/J Baresi. That's JAYBARESI. That is my website. Check it out. Check it out. Because I want to see people feel better. And this is not, and again, let me make this disclaimer. This is not to diagnose, treat, or cure any conditions. This is information designed to, help you, and you can use the information any way you see fit. So I've made that disclaimer. Right? Okay. So, as I said, I started out in pharmaceuticals, but biotech is a big, big field. So when you go into the supermarket, you should read the labels on the food. Some of the foods that you're consuming are bio-engineered foods. That's biotech. So this is big, very big. And it has to do with a lot of things. It has to do with your everyday life, actually. Biotech is big. So I started out in pharmaceuticals. I do a couple of things, medical therapy. I do medical therapy and pharmaceuticals, and I also do stem cell activation to build and reset the stem cells. Activate, build, and reset the stem cells to a younger, healthier state. a younger, healthier you. You see wrinkles just kind of melt away. You're looking younger. People are like, wait, you look younger. Have you lost weight? And you're like, I guess. Maybe you had lost a pound or two. But check out the website. This is also biotech, though, what I'm talking about. We're discussing biotech this evening. Look at the time. It is 10:37 p.m. And today's date is January the 29th, 2025. And this is Wednesday evening. And so some of the areas of biotech are GMO foods, cloning, human genome project, pharmaceuticals, agriculture, like what you eating, the foods being planted. And they do a lot. Talking about pesticides that they spray on the fruit to keep some of the mosquitoes and other bugs and things like that away. It's a lot of things going on with biotech. That's why you should do your research. And I know there's people, I'm not worried about all that. I don't care nothing about all that. And then when you come down sick, you're trying to figure out what happened. Maybe you could have prevented that. Yeah, but I don't care nothing about that. That's for the doctor to worry about. Well, the doctor's not really going to be worried about you all the time. He's going to do what he can for you. It is your job to take care of your health. The doctor is there to assist you. And this is what I'm saying about those kind of people. Yeah, look, ain't nobody worried about all that. Say, well, you know that you could do things to prevent yourself from getting sick or getting worse. I know. No, you don't know. You know people like that. Every time you say something, I know. They don't know anything. And that's what this channel is about. This channel is here to kind of help jog your memory if you did know or you forgot, or to help you to, like if you forgot, to help you to remember. But if you don't know, then this channel is here to educate you to a certain extent. And then you do your own research and you'll find out more. I mean, we have artificial intelligence out here, and I do a little bit of that. Some AI influencing. And I was on there asking questions, prompting, right? They call it prompting, prompt engineering. Like when you prompt it to tell you, like, where is the best mechanic to get my car fixed in zip code 30009, right? Let's say in Atlanta, right? 30009. 3009, right? And they may tell you it's just up the street and around the corner, so-and-so's mechanic shop or whatever, right? Sometimes they don't have all the answers. So you still may have to figure it out on your own. But I'm just saying this channel is to help you to gain more traction, get more information so that you can make a better decision. And we're going to get into that. So let's go over biotech. Again, biotech's a big field. So there's GMO foods, cloning, human genome project, pharmaceuticals, agriculture, biofuels, industrial biotechnology, gene therapy, and medical therapy. And I do a little something in one or two of these areas. Depending on how you want to look at it. And so with that being said, I've been in biotech for 25 years, so I know a little something about it. And so I just kind of want to put that out there. That's what my channel is about. So again, my channel, we focus on networking, but I have other people helping me too. So with this channel. So it's mostly me, but I do have some assistants. And so I focus on networking, technology, wellness and fitness, and travel. So when we get into wellness and fitness, we're talking about how your emotions can help you make good decisions. But if you're emotionally damaged, I don't know if you've ever heard those words. Emotional damage. Sometimes you can have some traumatic experiences that have happened to you in your life. Some of them could have been caused by your family. Because I know somebody was telling me, they said the way they grew up, they were abused a lot, by their family, by their mother and father. They were abused. And as a result of that, this has caused a lot of emotional damage. And when you are emotionally damaged, when it comes to networking and getting involved with people, because your network is your net worth. Let me just put that in there. Let me interject. Your network is your net worth. So your network of people, the people you deal with, the people you're around every day. It could be a spouse, a loved one. It could be your mother, your father, your grandmother, your brother, your sister. It could be a friend from down the street, a co-worker. This is your network, and your network is your net worth. Let me say that again. Your network of people is your net worth. That will determine how far you go in a lot of cases. And that's the reason why a lot of people can't get nothing. Because they with the wrong network. Like network error. Network error. Yeah, network error. You ever see that on your phone? Sometimes you do something and it say network error. You're like, what? Network error? What's going on? What is going on here? Network error? What? Yeah. Network error. This page is not available or something like that. And so when you are emotionally damaged, this has to do with wellness and fitness. So we're talking about networking, wellness, and fitness today. Networking, wellness, and fitness. Your network of people. And wellness and fitness and how this pertains to you. When you are emotionally damaged, you make all the wrong decisions and get involved with all the wrong people. Because of the damage that's been done to you. And you never sought help for your problem. That's what I'm saying. You can come here. Things to do in Metro Atlanta. Story time with Jay. I'm here to help you. There's only so much I can do, though. There's only so much I can do. Sometimes you might have to seek professional help. Go to therapy. Remember, we talked about that in biotech, gene therapy, medical therapy. Sometimes you may need some kind of therapy. I'm just saying. I think we all need it. And I'm not going to start talking about these therapists. Don't get me started on them. I don't want to make disparaging comments. But some of these therapists are worse than you. I'm not calling any names, so. But some of these therapists that you go to see are worse off than you, and some of them don't know what they're doing. So you got to choose wisely. And I know sometimes you get sent to a therapist and that's what your insurance will pay for. Well, I guess you just got to deal with that. And then you got to seek other therapists out on your own and see if they will take your insurance, because sometimes they might. Because insurance, sometimes, they may make an exception. Maybe, they'll say, okay, you know what? I'm going to start taking that kind of insurance because everyone has been telling me that this is what they have, and I think I'm missing out. I might be able to help or reach more people if I accepted that kind of insurance. But you're going to have to seek that out on your own. But the point I'm making is when you are emotionally damaged, maybe not even through your own fault. It's not even your fault. Somebody did something to you. Like my mother, right? My mother embezzled tens of thousands of dollars from me. And that messed my head up. I'm just going to put that out there because I want people to know we all have these problems. And now, as a result, don't come to me trying to hustle me. I see that a mile away now. But I'm just saying, when you are emotionally damaged, you can make bad decisions. That's what this is about. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And I've made some bad decisions. I ain't going to make them now, though. I'm definitely not going to be making them now. I'm going to be trying to examine everything now. And sometimes things will slip past you. You better hope God got your back. Somebody got your back. You better hope something's with you. The Lord, may the Lord be with you. You better hope you got God on your side. Because if you don't, you may walk into a trap or something that you didn't see coming. And you try to make a good decision, but because of the damage that's been done to you, it's gotten past you. And this is what I'm talking about today. How emotions can help you make bad decisions when you are emotionally damaged. So when your emotional centers are damaged, we're talking about your brain, right? We're talking about neurological issues. Neurological issues. And I've studied a little bit on that level too, because I took some classes. I got into the healthcare field. They talk about the brain and the nerves and your electrical impulses, axons and dendrites and things of that nature. Axons and dendrites, electrical connections and impulses. Yes. They discuss these things. Now, I'm no brain surgeon, neurosurgeon. Because a neurosurgeon, he operates on more than just the brain. A lot of it is spinal cord, from what I'm to understand. Spinal cord in the neck. A lot of time when you see a neurosurgeon, it could be for your back, your spinal cord. Sometimes you can have some trauma to the head and can mess you up, and you may have to go and see a neurosurgeon or a neurologist. They're going to check you out, run a CAT scan, do different things. My point is when your emotional centers have been damaged, you make bad decisions because of this damage, like getting involved with the wrong people. Let's say relationship-wise, right? You could have had some issues or some traumatic experiences as a child, right? You grow up as an adult, but you never really got a lot of help for those problems. You just had to kind of just suck it up and keep moving. And sometimes you can get help, and the damage that has already been done, so it may have imprinted you a certain way to where your emotional centers were damaged. It imprinted you. People imprinted you. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. We talking about imprinting and things like that. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. We can get off of the technical jargon and come down to real life and start talking for real when you done got imprinted by somebody. They done imprinted you. They done messed you up. They done messed you up. You are messed up. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? These people done messed you up. And they're going to pay for that too. They're going to pay for that. Oh, trust and believe their time will come. Because it happens to everybody. You make a mistake and you got to pay for it. But you don't want to make mistakes like that where you go around messing people up, messing people's kids up. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes your parents do it to you. Abuse you. Steal from you. Cheat you out of your money. Like my mother. Stole tens of thousands of dollars. I trusted this person. And you know what they did with the money? They gambled it away on the crap tables. In a casino. I'm not going to say which one because then the people say, hey, you're talking about us, giving us a bad name. So I don't want to give anybody a bad name. Because I could tell you where she went. Every time we turn around, she was over there at the casino. And I don't want to name, but I know, pretty much which ones she was going to. Gambled everybody's money away. And as a result, this will cause you some emotional damage. The emotional centers in your brain are shot. These people have hurt you. And now, as a result of that, You've become a gambler. You've become this. You've become that. Now you're drinking. Now you're doing all of this stuff. Overeating, emotional eating, all of these things. Now you don't care for your own kids because of what was done to you. You don't even care for your own kids. Yeah, there are people out here like that. And that's what I'm saying. Emotions will help you make good decisions when your emotional centers are intact and you're okay, well, and fit. Mentally well, mentally fit. Like they'll say, well, this person is not mentally fit for this position. And so they're not going to even put you on because they know you're crazy. And they know that you ain't mentally fit to handle that position. You ain't mentally competent. You ain't got it. You don't got what it takes. You don't got what it takes. You ain't the one. You ain't the man. They'd be like, man, you the man, Joe. Nah, you ain't the man, Joe. You ain't it. And this is a result of your emotional centers being damaged. And they play a role, attention and memory. They play a role in how you get influenced by people. Now we about to go somewhere. Check this out. This emotional damage plays a role in how you get influenced by people. And you know that person may not be no good, and yet you've allowed yourself to be influenced by a no good person. And that's what I was saying. I don't want people like that over here on my channel. Don't even come over here. I don't want people like that here. That's messed up and want to come around and mess everything up. We all got problems. I got my problems, but when I go places, I ain't trying to mess it up for nobody. When I go to other people's channels, and I be on other channels sometimes, yeah. I never try to mess anything up. Sometimes I'm just there to learn. And they're like, yeah, we're going to teach you this. We're going to teach you investing. I don't contact the man and be like, you don't know what you're talking about, and you were wrong. You were wrong. You were wrong. I don't like you. I don't like the clothes you got. Why would I do all of that? It ain't worth it. Contacting people, insulting them for no reason. I'm just there to learn. And so that's what I'm saying. That emotional damage that you may or may not have has to do with how you're influenced by people. And they can influence you to spend your money and waste your time. That's where I'm going with this. They'll waste your time and your money. Now, how many people have had that problem? You met somebody, came in there, they influenced you, and they wound up getting away with the bag. They stole from you. That's what I'm talking about. It happened to me as a child. Emotional damage. And as a result, that can influence you to make bad decisions. That can influence you to go out here and try to take advantage of others. And that's what's happening in the world. A lot of people got issues, and they ain't never got no help for those issues. And that ain't my thing. There's people out here to handle you. You see what I'm saying? That's why I started off by saying when you go somewhere, sometimes you meet people, they are the nicest people. And you may take that kindness for a weakness, and then you got to get handled. And I'm not no handler. I ain't nobody's handler, okay? I'm just trying to live my life. I'm in my 50s now. I'm tired, okay? I just want to live my life to the fullest. And I'm going to live it to the fullest. And I'm going to sidestep a whole lot of people to the fullest. Because I don't want people like that around. Because I've had enough of it. And this is what I'm saying. You can be influenced by bad people. You can make bad decisions. Because your emotional centers of your brain have been damaged. You have suffered some traumatic experiences, and now you have emotional damage. And that's what's going on. All you got to do is get on social media. People back and forth. They can't even agree to disagree. No, I know what I'm saying. You don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know nothing about me. They up there arguing with people, right? People they don't even know. Because of the damage that's been done to them, they can't even agree to disagree. Like, okay, I don't agree with you, I'm going to move on. And you can. You can even block the person so that you never have to see their comments again. You don't have to sit there and argue. And that's what I do. You've come at me the wrong way, you're going to get blocked. I'm not going to even argue with you. It ain't worth it. You see what I'm doing here on this podcast? This is enough for me. And this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to get it out. But I'm trying to tell you, I want you to understand. Listen to me. This emotional damage plays a role in the decisions you make. And if you're making a lot of poor decisions, it might have something to do with emotional damage. Now, I'm no psychologist or neurologist, but I do a lot of research. And I'm working with some of the global research companies. And they want my opinion sometimes. And I'm willing to give it to them. And this is my opinion on this. When you have emotional damage, that will lead you to make poor decisions. You have poor decisions. I can't even get it out. Let me start over. When you have emotional damage, that can lead you to making poor decisions in people you choose to get with, in people you choose to hang out with, in the things you choose to eat, in the things you choose to drink, in the way you spend your money, in the way you drive your car, how you deal with people in authority or in so-called authority, whatever, however you want to look at that. But how you choose to look at people that can potentially harm you. I'm talking about people who have the authorization to harm you. Authority figures, how you choose to deal with people like that because of your poor decision making, because of the emotional damage, you may be making poor decisions, and those decisions can get you in trouble. And not just with authority figures, people who are authorized to, handle you. Not just that, but the people that you choose to get involved with. People that you spend your time with on a day-to-day basis. You could be around all the wrong people. And these people are feeding off of you, using you, making your situation worse, not even trying to help you. Don't care nothing about you. And you may not care nothing about yourself. That's what can happen when your emotional centers are damaged. This has to do with wellness and fitness. Now, let me give you my website, lifewave.com/JAYBARESI. We have stem cell activation patches that can help with calming, activate, build, reset stem cell, help you get a restful night's sleep, can support healthy eating habits, can support build muscle, because I use the muscle patch. I like that. And I got muscles now I didn't have. Oh yeah, I'm going to be out here looking good this spring. Oh yes, I'm working on it. Because this is January, right? Now today the temperature was in the 60s, if I'm not mistaken. Because we've had some cold weather down here in the metro Atlanta area. In Atlanta, we've had cold weather here over the past week. And maybe before that, but I'll go from week to week. Over the past week, we've had some cold weather, and it was 64 degrees today. And that's good, because that means when I go to the gym, sometime I'll catch an Uber or a Lyft. Sometimes, the car, I'll have someone come get me, they drive the car, come get me, got people come get me if I need to. They come get me, But because it's warm, I can ride the bike. Sometimes it be 20 degrees out there. I catch an Uber, Lyft, or drive. And let me say this for the record. Driving ain't no flex, all right? Not in the United States, it's not. Now, there are some countries, if you got a driver's license, you somebody. But in the U.S., everybody's got, well, not everybody, but from what I'm to understand, 235 million people possess driver's licenses. So, okay, so that ain't no flex. More than half the country's population have a driver's license. That ain't no flex no more. Because we can pay somebody to drive us. I can just order an Uber. Right here. I can call an Uber right now, and the Uber will be here in five minutes sometimes. Like, sometimes right there. Like, I called the Uber the other day. They were 1 minute away, and I was, oh, man, I had to scramble. Because I was already ready, but, I was, putting on my coat, getting my hat. I don't want to leave my glasses. Let me see. They right there, but let me put them on. Sometimes putting on your coat will take a few extra seconds. And the car was already there because I didn't know it was coming in a minute. I saw it and it said a minute. And I was like, oh. And I started scrambling to get myself together. My point is, driving ain't no flex. We can call an Uber, a Lyft, and whoever else to come get us a taxi cab because we got taxi cabs out here. I walk up the street where I'm at. That's why I moved to this location. There's buses where I'm at. Okay? I walk up the street. I can catch the bus. A bus driver, okay, someone to drive me. And I know there's a big stigma with public transportation. Well, I'm from New York, and there's no stigma with that. Millionaires ride the train. And I see some people down here making six figures that's on them trains, like them pilots that fly those planes out of Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. Those guys are making money, and they be on the trains. Some of them live in Midtown. I see them getting off. Getting on and getting off with the white shirt. The white shirt. They got the uniform on. So when they get to where they're going, they know what they got to do. They're well rested and they're ready to jump on that plane and get people to where they got to go. And my point is, you got people who ride the train who are making six figures. So, you may, look at public transportation as something you don't want to do, and I understand it because you're going to see some craziness. You're going to see some weirdos on that public transportation system, especially down here in the metro Atlanta area, but in New York too, because I'm from New York. You see a lot of weirdos up there doing a lot of weird, lewd things. Like, I don't know what it is with people getting on the train and smoking, and they tell you there's no smoking. I remember one time there was a dude, right? Some dusty looking dude, right, was on the train. And the police officer that got on that train, he was a tall police officer. And he had a serious thing too. Like, he didn't look like he was no joke. Like, you could tell, he wasn't overly he wasn't like projecting too much, because how some of them will be projecting and you feel it. You like, oh man, what's wrong with them? He wasn't projecting too much, but you could see the man was no joke. Tall too. Looked like he wasn't no joke at all. So this dirty, dusty dude on the train started smoking right there in the police officer's face. Like, when the police officer turned his back, but the police officer was looking out of his peripheral vision, and he saw it. And the dude didn't even have sense enough to wait until the officer left. He tried to do it right there, and the police officer seen it and got on. And I tell you, this cop wasn't no joke. I seen him a few times too, and he looked kind of serious. Like, if you give him any problems, he gonna handle you. Like, for real. Like, handle you for real. He ain't the soft one, the one that's gonna try to talk it out with you. You might catch a beat down. So anyway, dude started with this vaping. And so the cop got back on the train and pulled him right off. He was like, stand up. Yes, they need more officers out here like that. Because I like to feel safe. And I could go over there to the guy and say something and do something. But that's not my place now, is it? I could also get in trouble for doing something. Like if it, let's say I went over there to the guy and and said something, did something, and then it escalated, right? I could also get in trouble because I sparked the thing. I started it. The cameras, they're watching everything. That's why I say every closed eye ain't sleep and every goodbye ain't gone. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. So this police officer pulled him off the train. He was like, stand up. He wasn't no joke. I seen him do that to a couple of people. I've seen this police officer more than once. He be around. I don't want no smoke. I be seeing him. I be like in my chair. I be on my phone. But I'm watching. I'm watching. And the man is doing his job. And that's what we want. We want these people to do their jobs. That's why we pay taxes. That's why money is being taken from us. That's what they tell us, right? So anyway, he pulled the guy off the train, and the guy, he was like, I know this cop ain't about to come back here and mess with me. And the cop came right back there and was like, stand up, get off the train. And he took him off the train for vaping, because they have signs, no smoking. So my point is, I don't understand why these people come down there and smoke, but it goes back to emotional damage and poor decision making. See what I'm saying here? When your emotional centers are damaged, you make poor decisions. Getting involved with people. Eating the wrong foods, even though the doctor has told you not to eat them anymore. Like I went to the doctor and they told me that I have to stop eating salty foods. And I've been trying. I have been trying. And that's why I want to go back on a plant-based diet. And I talk about that from time to time. Wellness and fitness. Yeah, the doctor told me that I need to take I need to take a break from salt. And I need to go on a salt-free diet. This is what the man said. And then he gave me some medication because my pressure was high. And I might have been, as you see, I'm an emotionally charged person. I don't know if y'all know that. And I don't want y'all to take that the wrong way, because a lot of this is not really directed at you. It's just to let you know that there are people out there that you're going to have to be this way with, because they don't understand nothing else. I used to be a very easy guy, easygoing, and try to be cool. No, people don't understand none of that. So sometimes you got to get like this and be like, look, get away from me. I don't want you around me. And in most cases, they're going to heed that warning, especially when you start walking away. That's very rare when somebody, you're trying to move away from them and they start following you and all of that. That's rare. And then maybe there's things you can do. Maybe there's a police officer just coming down the street as the car, you stop the car. Hey, I'm being followed by this person. I don't know this, like that. But you're going to find a way, right? My point is that these emotional centers, when they're damaged, this emotional trauma leads to bad decision making. I know a lot of people may not know that. They may not fully understand why they're making these bad decisions. And when you go into therapy, they may tell you, I don't know what the therapist is telling people. I really don't know. But I would think that they would tell you, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they don't tell you. I don't know, because I'm not in therapy. I wouldn't mind going in to therapy to talk about the condition of the world and how I feel about it. But I don't have to go to a good therapist, somebody that's actually good at what they do, who is compassionate, who wants to make a difference. We all need to talk to somebody sometime. And that's what YouTube is for. That's why a lot of people up here on YouTube yelling and screaming like me. But I'm telling you, I can help people. I can point you in the right direction. I've been in biotech for 25 years, healthcare. I've been in healthcare for 25 years. But I started out, they were teaching biotech even back then. But, let's just call it healthcare. But I'm really a biotech consultant now. And I do some private duty too. I do a couple of things because I'm trying to get this money. I'm trying to get this bag. I ain't got no time for no foolishness. That's what I'm saying. So if you're serious and you really want to make some money, you come over here and listen. Come over here and listen. But I'm not interested in nobody's insults, and I ain't interested in nobody's put downs and putting people down and all that. Because what I'm saying is not a put down. I'm just describing how I feel about something. I'm emotionally charged because this is how I feel about things. But I'm not here to put people down. I'm not here to put people down. So don't take it as a put down. I listen to people all the time on their channels and they saying, oh, y'all need to go and get a job. That's why y'all broke. And they're talking to people who are broken, I guess, who don't have jobs, I guess. I'm not mad at that. Why would I get mad at that? That's his opinion. And in a lot of cases, he's right. But again, I'm not going to be calling out no names because the only name I'm going to call on my podcast is mine. I'm Jay, and this is Storytime with Jay. Welcome to the podcast. So once y'all get to know me, y'all know that I'm an emotionally charged person, and this is how I do. This is how I express it. But I'm telling you, there are people out here to rip you off and mess your life up. And I know in some cases it's already been done. Somebody done already did that. Let's cut the language up a little bit. They done already did that. You done got done. Gun done got took. Done been had. They done did that already to you. It done got done. You done got done. Done been turned out. You see what I'm saying? It happens. And if you tired of people turning you out and flipping the script on you, you need to take charge of your life. You need to take charge of your life. Because people are influencing you to waste your time, your energy, your money, and they're influencing you in a bad way. And as a result, you have bad behavior and you might have to get handled by the police. Like that guy that was on the train vaping. He couldn't even wait until the police got off and the doors was closed, because then the police wasn't going to be able to get back on. Once the doors close and the train pulls out of the station, the police can't do anything about that. Now, they may be able to stop that train further. Like if something happened, he can call and say, hey, this is so-and-so, and I see something, blah, blah. I want the train to be stopped. He might be able to do that, but they're not going to do all of that because they saw somebody smoking. They don't do all of that. Once a train pulls out of the station, the police can't do anything now. They can't get back on the train is what I'm saying. They can't get back on it. The train's in motion. And I don't think he's going to risk his life to do that. He couldn't even wait until the doors closed and the police was off the train and the train pulled out. He started vaping right in front of the police because the police was watching him. Remember what I said? Every closed eye ain't sleeping, every goodbye ain't gone. He thought the police was gone. And he didn't think they were going to come back. And that cop, this cop I told you, I seen him before. He ain't no joke. This is not the one to play with. There are other cops that they probably wouldn't have done nothing because a lot of them don't want to be bothered. I see them down there. A lot of them don't want to be bothered. I see them. Like if you're not right in front of their face doing something and they don't see it, they're not really going to be like trying to go all out of their way. I see them. But if you do it and they see it, they might do something then. And he saw it and he did something. And that's my point. We need more police. We need more police down there. It ain't enough of them. We need more police on this MARTA system in the metro Atlanta area because we got some bad people down there doing bad things. And we need more police. I mean, if you ask me, I think we need the National Guard out here. That's who I think they need to bring out. They need to put the guards out here. You know what I'm talking about? In them uniforms. They need to put them out here to help the police. I don't know if that's what they're supposed to do, but I guess if the governor wanted it that way, he could do it. whoever the governor is. I forgot. I don't feel like calling nobody's name. I don't know who. I think I know who the governor is, but that's neither here nor there. The point I'm making is that if the governor wanted to do it, I think he might be able to pull it off. But we need the National Guard out here, because it's not enough police to handle the people. And these people need to be handled. They need to be dealt with because they have poor decision-making skills due to emotional damage. They need to go and get help for their issues, because everything what they're doing is a cry for help. And that's what I'm saying. But, I didn't really want to get all into law enforcement and things, but I'm just saying, we need more. We need the National Guard out here. And I know people think, well, don't you think that's a little extreme? No, I don't. No, I don't. We need them. We need them out on these streets. And we need them on these trains. And and around these buses too, sometimes. Because I've seen people threaten bus drivers. For no reason. Sometimes these bus drivers have attitudes, but you ain't supposed to physically assault nobody. There was a driver who was deleted. He was deleted recently, and they say it was about $2.50, like the fare. I don't know. That's what they say. Because I wasn't there. I don't know what went down. I know I would have walked away from that quickly. If I had even seen, like, okay, let me move. Let me go ahead and move away from this. But enough about the law enforcement. So what I'm saying is that when your emotional centers are damaged, that can lead to poor decision making. You may get with people for the thrill, but that person is not good for you. Or maybe you didn't know it at first, but you started seeing the signs. And this is the reason why a lot of people are single now and why they don't want to be bothered with nobody. Because they know they make bad decisions. They choose all the wrong people. And they know it. So they say, you know what? I'm going to stay single. And I know there's people that disagree with that. I don't choose all the wrong people. You don't know nothing about me. And there's men out here choose all the wrong women. And he'd be like, man, you don't know me, man. You don't know what I'm about. You don't know nothing about me, man. Me and my family and them. You don't know nothing about us, man. You just saying that, man. You just talking. That's all you doing. You just talking. But I know what I'm talking about. I've seen it in my own family. I don't choose all the wrong people. And if I do, I don't do it very often. Once I've noticed that I might be around somebody that I know is not good, I'm trying to sever ties immediately. I mean, it happens, but you just got to sever ties, when you see that you've made the wrong decision. Listen to me now. Listen to me. Listen. Let me give you the name of my channel. This is Things to Do in Metro Atlanta, Story Time with Jay. And yes, Jay is emotionally charged. I'm an emotionally charged person. So I'm not here to make you feel bad. That is just my personality. I'm out there. I done been abused. Practically all of my life. I'm just going to say it. We're not going to get into who did it. Because it wasn't all by my parents. And my father was pretty good. I only got a beating one time. My father beat me once. I guess I deserved it, but I don't know. The way he did it wasn't, but but my mother, man, used to, I used to catch some beatings. My mother wasn't no joke. My mother was not a joke, not a joke. I used to catch some beatings. But from what I heard, my brothers and sisters, because I was like really little, so I didn't see them get beat, I didn't see them get beat some of the beatings they took, I wasn't even born yet. But from what I'm to hear, my brothers and sisters were beaten too. Like, I had like one of my cousins stayed with us, my brother, my sister, and we had some other people staying with us. They were like foster brothers, foster sisters, things like that. So I just consider my brother and sister. I only have one blood sister and one blood brother. Everybody else was a foster brother or sister or cousin from my father's side or my mother's side or whoever. Whatever. It's been a long time now. All these people are dead now. My parents are gone. The point that I'm making is that I've been abused all of my life, but not just by my parents. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And as a result, we got emotionally damaged centers, emotionally damaged brain centers. Yes. Yes, I didn't even want to get into all that, but okay, it's out there now. And so as a result of that, you make poor decisions, bad decisions. I don't make a lot of bad decisions now. I'm trying to be very careful because I don't want to get handled. Because there's people out here to handle you. And a lot of times, they don't bother you as long as you're not doing nothing wrong. Not over with, not here. And I don't see that a lot. I don't see a lot of people getting handled for no reason. But I grew up with that in New York City. There was a lot of guys that got handled for no reason. They was deleted. Yes, I don't know if you remember that. It was a big thing back in the day with people being deleted. But the point that I'm making is that people make poor decisions because of the traumatic experiences they've had, maybe at the hands of their parents, maybe at the hands of other people. And some people get to the point where they say they ain't gonna take it no more. I'm not gonna get into all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get into all that. But there are some people in this world who have decided they ain't having none of that. No more. Any of it. And so my point is that a lot of times you in your networking, right? Because my channel is about networking, technology, wellness and fitness, and travel. In your networking, you will encounter the wrong people due to poor decision making. You will get involved with the wrong people based on your poor decisions. And as a result, you're going to wind up even more damaged because that's what happens a lot of times. And so I just kind of wanted to get on here and talk about that. How people play on your emotions to influence your decision making, to get you to spend your money or control your behavior. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people want something from you and they influence you to get you to control your behavior, to take off your clothes or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? To control your behavior, to spend your money, put your hand in your pocket and pull your money out and give it to them. And in some cases, like when you're in relationships, sometimes people will influence you to maybe do some things that you're really not interested in doing, and you may do it as a result of a poor decision. Sometimes it's because you wanted it, right? But and after it's over, why did I do that? Why did I get involved with her or him or whatever, depending on, what you into. Why did I get involved with this person? That was a mistake, and I know that now. Now I know it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you done figured it out a day late and $1 short because you done been played, took, had, manipulated. You played yourself based on your poor decision-making skills. And so a lot of people now are choosing to stay single. That's what that's about. They say I've had enough. My sister was like that. She died alone. And I had seen all of the decisions she had made over the years, and a lot of those guys wasn't nothing. They dressed nice, some of them. And I'm not saying all of the guys. I said a lot of the guys. There were some guys who were decent people, had their lives together, went to law school, passed the bar, became an attorney. She didn't want that. She didn't want that kind of guy. Now, see, with me, I like the type of women who are intelligent. I don't like women who make poor decisions. I mean, we all do, but I'm saying for the most part, I like women who are a little bit above average in the intelligence department. That's what I like. I mean, we like a variety of things, right? I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to lie about things now. We like a variety of things, but I'm saying any woman that I'm going to get involved with is going to be on the intelligence side. I'm not going to get involved in a long-term relationship with a woman who is not intelligent. She gonna have to be intelligent, because that's what I like. I'm talking about intelligent to the point where she makes wise decisions and good decisions, especially when it comes to getting the bag and getting money and making money. And we amass, a certain amount of real estate and things of this nature, got some investments, high yield accounts and things of this nature, commodities. Oh yes, Jay. Oh yes. Jay is into investing. Real estate investing. I go to some of the meetings. I'm into a whole lot of things. And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be bothered with people who is here to waste my time. And I'm not going to let people waste my time. And I'm not going to argue back and forth with you. You think I'm going to sit up here and argue? No, I'm not going to do all that. I'm just going to sever ties. Cut you loose. But the point that I'm making is that a lot of times people can influence you. This is really what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about how you're being influenced by all the wrong people. And sometimes these people are very charming, wear nice clothes, have on nice suits and ties, looking good, wear $1,000 alligator shoes, crocodile shoes and all this, silk suits and things of this nature. And you're being influenced by those people to make poor decisions because they don't care nothing about you. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. So I just wanted to get on here today and talk about networking and the kind of people that's in your network, the kind of people that can come into your network that can influence you to make bad decisions. You got to be careful with that. And so this is Things to Do in Metro Atlanta, Story Time with Jay. And I wanted to get up here and, have a discussion about emotional damage and the emotional centers of the brain, which has to do with wellness and fitness. And again, my website is lifewave.com/JAYBARESI. We have some wellness and fitness products that do help to keep you calm and cool. And I got to get some of those. I got to get some of those patches. They deal with, like having a calm mood. So I'm dealing with stem cell activation patches and wellness patches. And so I need some of the ones for the calming, the ones that had a calming effect. But go to my website, check it out. I think the one for calming would be SP6, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, Jay is getting old, and sometimes I have some memory issues. But that's why I tell you to check out my website, lifewave.com/JAYBARESI. Lifewave.com/JBaresi. And again, we're talking about wellness and fitness and people in your network who can cause you to be not so well and not so fit. because of poor decision making. They can influence you in ways that may not be the best thing for you. And so I wanted to get in here and kind of go over that a little bit. And so I'm going to wrap this podcast up. I'm going to wrap it up. Oh man, yeah, I ate today though, didn't I? Didn't I? Came out here and turned it out, didn't I? And so on that note, I'm gonna wrap this podcast up. So until next time, take care.